Well, good morning, and thanks for joining us here for the 8:30 stream show. It is Tuesday, December 16th. I'm Mitch Carter.
That's right. I'm Casey Mason. We're going to recap some of the top headlines today, beginning with a trial that is taking place right about now. That high-profile Evansville murder trial is picking back up for its second day here. Now, as we've been telling you, Larry Richmond is accused of killing Evansville firefighter Robert Dorr in 2019. On Monday, the state presented 3 breakthroughs over the course of the investigation. This includes evidence about the gun, texts between Richmond and his son, and also phone records as well between Richmond and Elizabeth Fox Dorr, Robert's widow. Now, prosecutors say it showed a call minutes before Robert Dorr was murdered and then was later deleted. Meanwhile, Richmond's defense pointed out the state does not have the murder weapon and can't show a motive. Testimonies will continue later this morning, and you can find our full coverage and details on the trial over at 14news.com.
And shifting gears here, got a traffic alert for you this morning. There is more movement on the I-69 Ohio River Crossing project. Officials announced that 12 more large beams are going to be delivered for the new bridge starting the day. That's going to create some traffic delays on Highway 41 on the Indiana side of the Twin Bridges. Crews say it's going to happen each afternoon through Thursday, with work on this section of the project hopefully wrapped up by the end of next year.
Switching over to some sports news now. What a weekend it was for Fernando Mendoza and, of course, all of really the fans of Indiana University football right now. On Saturday, Mendoza was named the 2025 Heisman Trophy winner, becoming the very first IU football player to win the award. Well, the Heisman is, of course, awarded to the top player in college football each season, and he's, of course, led the Hoosiers really to their best season in school history. Mendoza recently returned back to the Hoosier State with plenty of stories from that special weekend in the Big Apple. One of those stories was when he and some of his teammates decided to take the trophy, for a little walk on Times Square.
Our linemen were literally pushing people out of the way, like, hey, we gotta go. And this thing's really heavy, so we're passing it off to each other. Ada Fisher's carrying it, Charlie Becker, Ryan Olkowski, Carter Smith is carrying it. Bray Lynch is, everyone's carrying it. Because we're basically like handing it off to each other. Switching security guard. At one point, we're all trying to get people out of the way. We're able to take pictures in Times Square, and I think it was a great time to be in the Big Apple. It's such a great experience for us to be in Big Apple, and it's an experience I believe all of us will remember for the rest of our lives.
Well, Mendoza and the Hoosiers now have 2 weeks off, earning themselves a first-round bye before the Rose Bowl.
All right, if you hurry here, you can catch the last half hour of the very last Coffee with a Cop of the year in Evansville. It's getting underway right now. It's going to wrap up about 9 o'clock. Joining Evansville Police and the Vanderburgh County Sheriff's Office, though, is a special guest, which is why you need to go check this one out. Santa. That's right, a celebrity sighting in the Tri-State. That event is happening. It kicked off at 7, and like I said, it's going to wrap up about 9 o'clock at the Donut Bank on Lincoln Avenue. But I'm sure Santa would be willing to stick around for a couple minutes.
I would say so.
You
He probably does autographs, if you will.
That's right. And so does meteorologist Byron Douglas.
That's
He'll
right.
be coming up next here on our stream show, bringing you the latest.
That's right. Right now, it's 8:33. Thanks so much for you joining us this morning here on our 8:30 stream show. Like Casey just said here, Byron's up next with your full forecast. A little warmer today, but we do have an alert day coming up on Thursday. He'll break it all down when we come back.
Stay informed on your local news and weather throughout the day by watching the 14 First Alert streaming shows. At 8:30 a.m., get your First Alert forecast to plan the day ahead and catch up on the news that happened overnight with the 14 News Sunrise team. In the afternoon, get the latest headlines, forecasts, and a preview of the stories we're working on with the 14 First Alert streaming show at 2:30. And get an in-depth look at the 14 First Alert forecast so you're ready for the next big thing with the 14 First Alert weather show at 9 p.m. Watch the 14 First Alert streaming show that fits your schedule and works best for you. Streaming on your phone by downloading the 14 News app and the 14 First Alert weather app. On your smart TV by using the 14 News streaming app. And stream anytime on Facebook, YouTube, or on 14news.com. Stay connected and stay informed by watching the 14 First Alert streaming shows on your favorite streaming devices.
All right, good morning. I'm meteorologist Byron Douglas. We have an alert day on the board and say good morning to a few folks here in a moment. I'm going to take this full here. I'm going to bring you up to date on this alert day. We'll do that right now and let's just marinate for a second. It's for Thursday afternoon. I think Thursday morning we're fine. So this is Thursday afternoon. This is not going to be a big outbreak of severe weather. We could see some brief damaging winds, especially if we get a squall line going. Even if we don't have a bunch of thunderstorms, we do have that potential for a wind advisory. So that's something to think about on Thursday as well. It's our only alert day on the board, so I wanted to show it to you. We hatched this morning. We've also heard from the Storm Prediction Center concerning Thursday. So right now it does not include a tornado threat at this time, but for a half up to 1 inch of rain, and it's going to be fairly windy that day as well. So that's our alert day on a Thursday. Let's see if I have the Storm Prediction Center in here, and we do have a level 1 threat. We talked a little bit about this yesterday at this time, and I think the best dynamics for any storms would kind of hover along the Kentucky-Tennessee border and might be shifted points to our south down through Mississippi and Alabama. It does include Indy and St. Louis, and they still have snow on the ground, and then up through the northern part there of the state. So if I just tighten this up a bit, generally includes our viewing area. And this could shift a little bit for tomorrow and position a little farther to the south. Well, it's something we'll have to keep an eye on because I'm showing you the in-house guidance is showing some storms, which we'll highlight in a moment. Precipitation, this is rain, a few storms. There's no snow in the forecast. In fact, through the end of December, most days are going to be guided above normal. And let's run down the temps. It was colder in Nashville this morning. They were in the mid-20s. They cleared skies out. The clouds kind of acting as a blanket, so the temperatures have barely moved. We did hover above freezing. We have 35 in Dundee and a 35 in Mount Carmel, so kind of in the mid-30s. And the winds will be southwesterly, and they'll be increasing a little bit as we go through tonight. Even at 6 p.m., gusting up to 24. So a lot of times we'll have some help after sunset, which is at 4:32, but it still will be fairly breezy through the evening. Kind of cloudy here early, and then as we go to the afternoon, skies becoming partly to mostly sunny during that time frame. And here we go. This is the 8 and 14-day outlooks. The only areas generally below normal along the U.S.-Canadian border, and then up in the northeast, Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire, New England, and those locations, and back through northern stretches there of Washington. So a big warm up, and this generally will take us through the end of the year. I checked, we go out 10 days on our 14 First Alert weather app. Christmas Day right now, we're not looking at a white Christmas, upper 50s during that stretch. Still some clouds out there. We'll take this full as we graph the next 12 hours. A little bit of breakout sunshine. Temps generally will be in the mid to upper 40s as we go into the afternoon hours. And let's go hour by hour. This takes us up until lunch. Some clearing, winds will be out of the southwest. I've moved the arrows a little bit to indicate the breezy conditions. So a fair amount of sunshine. If we register some sunshine, that would be 3 days in a row. I mean, it's been land of the clouds here in December, but we've had more sunshine here in recent days. Clouds stream in tonight. I think we'll have a cloud layer in on Wednesday early, and then we'll shed the clouds late morning into the afternoon, with a fair amount of sunshine as we go through our Wednesday. Now look what happens on Thursday. The alert time, no issues during the Thursday morning commute. So we tighten these alert days up as we get closer to the event. But I think during the morning, the front's still well to our north and west. So timing will invariably change, and here we go. We get these segments of thunderstorms where they're lined up. You see some areas there in orange. Yellow and red indicate a few thunderstorms along with some heavier bands of showers. And then as we go to the afternoon, 1, 2 o'clock, this would verify that's a nasty line. Now this still could shift to our south, but we've added the alert day. This is quite a drastic change considering we had wind chills below zero and then for a line of showers and storms Thursday afternoon into Thursday night. A damaging wind threat, kind of small hail. The hail sizes generally I think would be classified as sub-severe, less than 1 inch, but we'll have some cold air aloft. And then that punches through as we go into Thursday night. So that's the latest timing. And then there's a look at that level 1 threat for Thursday. And then we'll go along here and show you a little bit what's going to be happening over the weekend. So the Storm Prediction Center will have some updates in the afternoon, and then Friday in the pre-dawn hours, it's showing a few areas there where we could see some brief sleet and a few snow showers. And then on Saturday will be the warmer of the weekend days. Saturday we're looking at high temps in the 50s, and then Sunday a dry front is scheduled to work on through. So there's the alert day for Thursday afternoon. Showers, a few scattered thunderstorms, and you saw that timeline developing as we go into the afternoon. We'll see how that plays out, but we want to give you advance notice, folks. Of course, very busy this year, and this time of the year. 34 on Friday, Saturday at 55, and a 43 on Sunday. So thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. We have our lone alert day is Thursday. We'll have more soon. Arden Gregory is going to have more coming up at 11 a.m., then again at noon. Have a terrific Tuesday.